Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday on this sunny spring morning here in Taradale at Tara Springs. So we are at the new moon for this next month ahead. So I thought I'd focus this morning's session on how we practice with the lunar cycle, particularly at this beginning part of the cycle where we have this opportunity to set an intention for the month ahead. As many of you know, I'm very committed and conscious of intention, and that when we live a life of conscious intention, it can really support us in moving through and thriving through whatever life is presenting to us. And in the 3 days after the new moon, we have this opportunity to tune in to both what we're needing and what we're desiring. And when we align this with the energy of the moon, over the next month, we can nourish and nurture and watch our intentions manifest. So I'm going to just take us through a little meditation for an intention and then a few gentle movement practices. But I want to just acknowledge Grace Funk, a dear friend in Canada, and her cyclical wisdom journal, which I will draw from. I've been traveling with this journal now for 5 years, and Grace is an astrologer as well as a very wise cyclical wisdom holder. And so she, in her journal, which she's very generous in all her offerings, and it's a very powerful journal if you want to explore journaling and cyclical wisdom. So for now, just coming to your comfortable seated position, however you like to sit and are comfortable, whether that's on the floor in a cross-legged meditation or kneeling as I am here, or sitting in a chair if that's more comfortable. I invite you to close your eyes so that you can begin to turn inwards. And as we start to look inwards to our inner terrain, let's bring our awareness to our breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhale through the open mouth. Just beginning to softening through your whole body. Just beginning to arrive here with all parts of yourself, your wise, deep spiritual parts, but also your very active, maybe doing human parts. We bring that here. And we really acknowledge the newness of this moment in time. This month ahead. I would invite you just to reflect for a moment. What are the challenges currently in your life? What is really causing you pain or discomfort or uncomfortable emotions, challenges to your being? Maybe keep you up at night, maybe cause disagreements with others. Just noticing in this moment in time, what is your number 1 or 2 or 3 challenges? Then I invite you to look a little deeper and just reflect on what part of you, your habits, your way of being, contributes to these challenges. So we're not wanting to lay blame or cause extra pain or suffering. It's really encouraging us to take a look at what part do we play. in this discomfort, in these challenges, so we can begin to bring this responsibility so we can respond from this place of our own truth, our center. And then from Grace's journal, these beautiful words, just to reflect on what aspects of your life feel sacred to you. What rhythms and practices sustain and ground you. How do you like to connect to a nourishing big picture? Yeah, we're all held by nature's rhythms. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're in spring. The Northern Hemisphere in autumn. When we tune into these bigger pictures, expanding out from the small humanness, how do you like to connect to these wise, nourishing rhythms of nature? And just as you're sitting with whatever's arising, just seeing if you can feel into what would be an intention that you would like to take forward into this month. Maybe what nourishing practices would you like to do daily? And I do mean daily at this point in time, because very challenging living at the moment in this world with the stresses and conflicts and lockdowns and a global pandemic, all what we are facing. And a daily practice where we connect to our spiritual truth and we nourish our physical body. It's paramount. I believe it's our number one. But how do you like to do this? Is it walking in the forest? Is it doing yoga? Is it spending time with loved ones in a deep, meaningful, nourishing way? Maybe setting an intention that daily, above all else, we will follow through on this important aspect of our life, of our routine. Beautiful. And from our sitting position, I'm just going to do some beautiful arm movements, devotional arm movements, bringing your hands to the center of the heart in Anjali Mudra, known as prayer position. Here we connect to our intention, connect to our love for ourself and our compassion for self and other. We're going to inhale, lowering the hands down to the lap, reaching them out and up, reaching up to the new moon in the sky and drawing her energy down through the hands, down to the heart, into our body. Inhale again, reaching out. It's like we're imagining we're touching with our beautiful intention up to the moon and drawing her grace and her support down here to our beautiful hearts. And one more time. Receiving these unseen supports, but when we practice in this way, we actually start to see in different ways. Let's come down into a little child's pose. So child's pose, knees together or slightly apart, draping our torso over the thighs, bowing the head to the floor. Hands down behind the feet or stretching out gently in front of the body. So whichever way you like to come to a child's pose. And just start to notice this shape that your body's in. It's like a little seed pod. In this position of stillness, the only movement is our breath. Breathing deep down to the belly. And letting go. A sigh or a sound. Feeling the breath fill the whole body. So we expand through the belly, the chest. Feeling that expanse. It's like this gentle pushing out. It's like our intention is growing, is nourished. Relaxing through the exhale. It's like we surrender into this universal cosmic energy that is going to support us through the month with our beautiful intention. So a few more breaths in your child's pose. Imagining this beautiful seed, your seed of intention that we're planting here in this practice. Beautiful. Slowly coming up. So with your movement, if you would like to, after this, when we switch off here, continue with any movement practice. I always invite in this new moon time is we don't need to do a lot of movement. We may still be deeply resting in the darkness of the sky in the beginning of the cycle, and we gradually build our practice up. So if you know some yin yoga poses or restorative, these are what I suggest at the new moon. But let's just finish here. I'm just going to demonstrate a little practice again of planting the seeds. We're going to just bring our hands onto the belly into Yoni Mudra. The thumbs are together at the belly button. The index fingers are pointing down towards the pubic bone. So we're creating this little diamond triangle shape, this reflection of the yoni, beautiful, powerful, feminine yoni. So breathing here. Imagine again our seed is planted here into the womb space. Sensing how that feels. With our hands on our belly, just feeling that tender nourishment, that commitment to self.